Hello and welcome to your news and features electronic magazine that centers on the different facets of motoring. Now on its 34th year, this is Motoring Today. On behalf of our dad, Butch Gamboa, I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa. Here are this week's features to watch out for.
On Motoring Forum, we shall discuss the government's North-South Commuter Railway project. Our road safety reminder on the Yonge Street Smarts portion centers on what to do when one encounters a solid white centerline road marking. This week's Payong Super shall be about following loading and unloading rules. The public service segment centers on LTO's 50 peso charge on non-available motorcycle and motor vehicle stickers. Showcase this week shall have the mid-size SUV from Mitsubishi, the Montero Sport GT 4x4 Automatic.
All these plus the latest news in transportation and traffic management, as well as developments in the automotive industry, are in this week's edition of Motoring Today. Join us.
Voting for the next Automobile of the Year is extended. To be part of the 2020-2021 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. Just log on to bit.ly/AFPCA2020. Vote for as many as 5 different models that you believe should become the 2020-2021 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate standard and premium luxury categories. Vote every day until November 30, 2020. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose, you decide. Vote now.
What do we go for? We go for experience. We go for excitement. We go for sport. We go for style. We go for fun. We go for the new Toyota Wigo.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. Here now are the latest news and developments in the country's transportation and traffic management. An LTFRB memo turns Transport Secretary Arthur Tugada's wish into an order. That is, for BEEP and other AFCS cards to be issued to commuters free of charge, except for the amount of load or fare.
The LTFRB issued Memorandum Circular or MC number 2020-057, the subject of which is removal of fees of AFCS cards charged to commuters apart from fare load. The said MC directs all public utility vehicle operators and/or automatic fare collection systems, or AFCS, to remove any charges or fees imposed for the purchase, use of their cards on top of the fare load. The circular warned PUV operators and AFCS providers that failure to comply with the order will be cause of immediate suspension of the automatic fare collection system, aside from the penalties to be imposed pursuant to existing issuances of the LTFRB against operators. The circular was issued after DOTR Secretary Arthur Tugade called on the AF Payments Incorporated, AFCS provider at the EDSA busway, to remove the service fees and other costs it charges commuters for the acquisition and use of the so-called beep cards. The LTFRB added that President Duterte himself has directed that AFCS cards should be given for free, although the fare or load should still be paid by commuters.
The DOTR is encouraging wider use of cashless payment of fare in public transport. However, someone still has to provide the AFCS. So, who will shoulder the cost of providing the service? It appears that transport authorities are okay with legalizing motorcycle taxi operations. However, there is a need for laws, regulations, and guidelines for their safe operation, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic.
The technical working group that looked into the results of the pilot study on the operation of motorcycle taxis supports the enactment of laws to make them a legal mode of public transportation. This is according to DOTR Assistant Secretary for Communications and Commuter Affairs, Goddess Hope Libiran. ASEC Libiran also said that Transportation Secretary Arthur Tugade sees no problem with allowing motorcycle taxis to resume operations, especially with other public transport modes operating in limited capacity under community quarantine restrictions.
Bilang bahagi po ng IATF, kami naman po sa DOTR sa pamumuno ni Secretary Tugade, ay walang nakikitang problema dito dahil kinikilala po natin yung tulong na maibabahagi ng mga motorcycle taxi upang mai-transport yung ating mga kababayan sa kanilang destinasyon. Lalo na po ngayon na nag-ooperate pa rin po sa ilalim ng reduced capacity yung ating mga pampublikong transportasyon.
She added that the Interagency Task Force on Emerging Infectious Diseases has already endorsed to the House Committee on Transportation the recommendation to draft appropriate Congress resolution to allow motorcycle taxis to resume operations. The endorsement was accompanied by a letter from Metro Manila local executives urging the House to again come out with a resolution calling for another pilot study so motorcycle taxis can resume operations while the Metro is still under quarantine restrictions, and while Congress legislate the legalization of motorcycle taxi operations.
There seems to be an emerging consensus among transport authorities and the IATF that motorcycle taxis can operate safely in these times, and that there is still a need for them with public transport still operating at limited capacity. Government financial institutions are known to partner with government agencies, funding and providing related services for their programs. Land Bank just signed accords with the DOTR for various initiatives.
The DOTR and the Land Bank of the Philippines, or LBP, have signed 6 memorandums of agreement on initiatives aimed at improving the mass transport system, as well as helping those affected by the COVID-19 pandemic and government's development programs. DOTR Secretary Arthur Tugade and LBP President and CEO Cecilia Borromeo signed the 6 MOAs in a virtual ceremony. These 6 programs represent the numerous efforts we have been pushing to improve and enhance the whole public transport system in the country, said Tugade. Our partnership is also in stride with our national government's effort to address the challenges of COVID-19 pandemic and revitalize the local economy, centered on sustaining the momentum of the Build, Build, Build program, said Borromeo. The MOAs are for the following: the establishment of a resettlement action plan and entitlements distribution mechanism for individuals and families affected by the North-South Commuter Railway Extension Project and LBP's appraisal services for affected properties of the DOTR projects. The provision of direct cash subsidies to road-based public transport stakeholders in line with the Bayanihon to Recover as One Act. The support package for environment-friendly and efficiently driven PUVs, or the SPEED PUV program. The interim rehabilitation support to alleviate enterprises affected by the COVID-19 global crisis. The provision of better transport services through the iRescue Bus Transport Lending Program. The EMV co-compliant contactless pilot production testing for the automated fare collection system in various public transport modes.
The DOTR and the Land Bank of the Philippines show how government institutions can work together for public good. Those are the latest news in transportation and traffic management. Coming up next is Motoring Forum, brought to you by Suzuki Philippines. All the contracts are signed. All packages are being implemented or ready to be implemented. It seems it's all systems go for the North-South Commuter Railway project. Is this promise fulfilled for the Duterte administration, which has placed establishment of railway networks high on its list of priorities?
The COVID-19 pandemic has not stopped the DOTR from pushing through with priority projects of the government, including the North-South Commuter Railway, or NSCR project. Like many things these days, DOTR, financial partners, and contractors conduct business online, including the virtual signing of final contract packages for Phase 2 of the NSCR, or the Malolos-Clark Railway project. The signing of the civil works packages paves the way for the construction and establishment of a 54-kilometer railway line connecting Malolos in Bulacan to Clark International Airport. Contract package number 1 covers construction of 17 kilometers of elevated rail viaduct, 7 balanced cantilever bridges, and station buildings in Malolos and Kalumpit in Bulacan, and in Apalit and Minalim in Pampanga. Contract package number 2 covers 16 kilometers of elevated viaduct and stations in Minalin, Santo Tomas, and San Fernando in Pampanga. Contract package number 3 covers 12 kilometers of elevated viaduct and stations in San Fernando, Angeles, and Mabalacat in Pampanga. The Malolos-Clark phase of the NSCR project is expected to be partially in operation by 2022, with travel time from Bulacan to Pampanga taking from 30 to 35 minutes. The NSCR project envisions the establishment of a mega railway system linking 26 cities and municipalities in Central Luzon, the National Capital Region, and the Calabarzon, with an initial capacity to serve 830,000 passengers daily. When completed, the mega railway will be 148 kilometers long, have 37 stations, and at least 464 train cars, and an airport express service from Makati to Clark International Airport. The DOTR says Phase 1 of the NSCR project, the 38-kilometer rail line from Tutuban to Malolos, is now around 41% complete and is expected to be partially operational by December 2021. Meanwhile, the 56-kilometer Manila to Calamba segment of the NSCR project is now in the right-of-way acquisition and procurement of civil works packages phase. This is pegged for partial operation in 2024.
There's still a long way to go before commuters enjoy the benefits of a modern railway service from far down south of Metro Manila and way in the north. But there is a sense that this will truly happen. And this may be the one enduring legacy of the current administration. That's our Motoring Forum this week, powered by Suzuki Philippines.
What do we go for? We go for experience. We go for excitement. We go for sport. We go for style. We go for fun. We go for the
Voting for the next Automobile of the Year is extended. To be part of the 2020-2021 2021 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. Just log on to bit.ly/AFPCA2020. Vote for as many as 5 different models that you believe should become the 2020-2021 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate standard and premium luxury categories. Vote every day until November 30, 2020. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose, you decide. Vote now.
And you are back with us here on Motoring Today. In line with our lifelong commitment to promote road safety, here is this week's road safety tip in cooperation with Toyota Motor Philippines. Solid white center lines are meant to separate the movement of traffic on multi-lane roads. Kapag ikaw ay nasa daan na mayroong solid white center line, you're not supposed to overtake unless the way is clear and safe. Kung hindi naman, stay on your lane and wait until you can overtake to avoid accidents. And you are back with us here on Motoring Today. In line with our lifelong commitment to promote road safety, here is this week's road safety tip in cooperation with Toyota Motor Philippines.
Payong tsuper lang, kaibigan. Ako po si Jake, isang kapwa nyo tsuper. Loading and unloading ng mga pasahero sa tamang lugar lamang gawin.
May tamang lugar para magbaba at magsakay ng pasahero. Kaya doon ihinto ang iyong sasakyan. Iwasan makaabala sa ibang motorista, kaya itabi mo ang sasakyan mo. Huwag sa gitna ng daan pumarada. Huwag ka nang dumagdag sa problema natin sa kalsada. Matuto kang sumunod sa batas trapiko.
Kung ayaw mong maabala, huwag ka ring mangabala. Makisama ka, kaya't huwag basta humarang sa kalsada. Ito po si Jake Gonzales, payong tsuper lang, kaibigan, mula sa isang kapwa nyo tsuper.
What do we go for? We go for experience. We go for excitement. We go for sport. We go for style. We go for fun. We go for the new Toyota Wigo.
Voting for the next Automobile of the Year is extended. To be part of the 2020-2021 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. Just log on to bit.ly/AFPCA2020. Vote for as many as 5 different models that you believe should become the 2020-2021 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate standard and premium luxury categories. Vote every day until November 30, 2020. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose, you decide. Vote now.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. World of Motorsports is next. We start with the latest news and developments. The class champions of the national finals of the GR Super GT Cup Asia Philippines Terence Liave, Lance Padilla, and Jose Altaveros were formally introduced as members of the Philippine team to compete at the regional finals of the GR Supra GT Cup Asia on October 25. The introduction was held during the awarding ceremony of winners of the first e-motorsports competition held by Toyota Motor Philippines. Liave, Padilla, and Altaveros will be competing against 12 national champions from India, Malaysia, Singapore, and Thailand on virtual tracks of PlayStation's Gran Turismo Sport. The three are now training for the coming competition with the help of TMP and Tuason Racing, its official e-motorsports partner for the GR Supra GT Cup Asia Philippines. TMP tapped PLDT Enterprise to be the official connectivity partner of Team Philippines to ensure fast, seamless, and lag-free internet connection during training and the tournament. Matt Lihauco, using a Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6, topped round 2 of the AAP Digital Rally Trophy, a virtual racing competition organized by Automobile Association Philippines using the online Dirt Rally 2.0 gaming series and open to entry using either PC and PlayStation platform. The competition format calls for qualifying sessions using RaceNet with the top 7 in both PC and PlayStation platforms, entered as point scorers in what is called the live lobby events. Entries must compete in Group A rally cars. Coming in second of the second round of the digital rally was Lance Gubala, driving a Lancia Delta HF Integral. Third was Russell Reyes, also driving a Lancia Delta HF Integral. Following results of round 2 of the AAP Digital Rally Trophy, run in a Dirt Rally 2.0 setting that reflects stages and conditions of the Rally of Champions, Batangas of the 1993 Philippine Rally Championship, Lance Gubala, who won the first round, tops the point standings with 35. Second in the points with 24 is Russell Reyes, who also finished third in the first round, which recalled the 1993 Rally of Bulacan. Third is Matt Lihauco with 20. Qualifying for third round of the AAP Digital Rally Trophy, which recalls the 1993 Rally of Subic Bay, opens at 5 p.m. on October 17, and the live event starts at 6:30 p.m. on October 18. And that's this week's World of Motorsports. Motoring Today continues right after this break.
What do we go for? We go for experience. We go for excitement. We go for sport. We go for style. We go for fun. We go for the new Toyota Wigo.
Voting for the next Automobile of the Year is extended. To be part of the 2020-2021 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. Just log on to bit.ly/AFPCA2020. Vote for as many as 5 different models that you believe should become the 2020-2021 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate standard and premium luxury categories. Vote every day until November 30, 2020. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose, you decide. Vote now.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. Let's now take a look at what's happening in the local auto industry.
30 years ago, Honda Cars Philippines set up its shop in the country. The first model it brought into the country was the 4th generation Honda Civic, which then became the dream car of that decade. Over 3 decades, Honda sold 131,067 Civics, as well as a host of what it now calls the legacy models, the Accord, the CR-V, and the City. In recent years, Honda brought in innovative models like the Mobilio and the BR-V, as well as the iconic sporty sedans like the Civic Type R, meticulously designed and crafted to look and feel like a premium sports car with a powerful engine, and bolstered by innovative technological features that ensure a smooth, comfortable, and enjoyable ride. As part of its celebration of 30 years of successful operating in the country, Honda is offering a hefty 180,000 peso discount for the Civic Type R. Also, this month of October, Honda hosted a small but intimate online gathering of media friends and partners to commemorate its 30 years in the country, as well as to finally formally introduce Masahiko Nakamura as Honda Cars Philippines president. The company also launched the 30th anniversary commemorative book to celebrate and honor its many achievements and milestones. And before the month is over, Honda will roll out 2 of its latest models. Offering hard-to-resist deals for its lineup of luxury vehicles this October is Mercedes-Benz Philippines. Mercedes-Benz calls this an October feast of deals, from 0% interest rates, low monthly amortization, low down payment, to cash discounts, which also come packed with freebies. Buyers can have a brand new C-Class Benz for as low as 2.99 million pesos, an E-Class for 3.59 million, and a V-Class for 4.19 million. You can find out more of these deals at Mercedes-Benz showrooms on EDSA Green Hills, Bonifacio Global City, Alabang, and Cebu City.
Motoring Today now brings you our Car of the Week on Showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee. Ever since it was first introduced in the country back in 1996, the Montero has been a sought-after mid-size SUV. In some years, Mitsubishi claimed the Montero Sport was the best-selling model in its segment. Can it claim the same title in its latest iteration?
Mitsubishi Motors Philippines brought in the 4-wheel drive variant of the 2020 Montero Sport GT early in the year before the coronavirus pandemic locked down communities and shut down the economy for a number of months. Even before the arrival of the 4x4 variant of the latest iteration of the Montero Sport, its lesser brethrens had already drawn praise for their bold new look that may be described as the refined version of the new look Strada and Expander, all bearing what Mitsubishi calls the Dynamic Shield design. At 4,785mm long, 1,815mm wide, and 1,805mm tall, and with a 218mm minimum ground clearance, the Montero Sport GT fits perfectly into the template of the mid-size 7-seater SUV preferred by Filipino families. Aside from the Defense Shield-based fascia, new to the Montero Sport are the large combination turn signals and fog lamps, the LED rear combination lamp design, and the 18-inch, 2-tone, 6-spoke alloy wheels. But it's what one finds inside the roomy cabin, with 3 rows of seats upholstered in premium leather, that has many raving about the Montero Sport GT 4-wheel drive. There's the large 8-inch full LCD instrument cluster that provides info on car function, as well as the advanced driver's assistance features. It comes with the now standard smart keyless entry system with start-stop engine button, dual zone automatic climate control system, and adaptive cruise control. Then there's the new smartphone Link Display Multimedia Entertainment System with an 8-inch display screen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility. The Smart Display Audio also allows linkage to the LCD instrument cluster. Both the LCD instrument cluster and the multimedia audio system have controls on the steering wheel for greater convenience. The steering wheel also tilts and telescopes. The Montero Sport GT also comes with a new power tailgate with keyless operation system. One can open or close tailgate using foot movement in front of sensors. The tailgate opening height can also be set. Keeping gadgets, including laptops, charged is vital. The Montero Sport GT 4x4 has USB ports, 12-volt socket, and 220-volt power outlet for charging and operating gadgets and other equipment. The Montero Sport GT 4-wheel drive is a versatile and fun ride. The 2.4-liter inline 4-cylinder diesel engine with variable geometry turbo and the Mitsubishi innovative valve timing electronic control provides both power with fuel economy, generating 181 PS at 3,500 revolutions per minute and 430 Newton meters of torque at 2,500 RPM. The 4-wheel drive comes with an 8-speed automatic transmission with sports mode for optimum fuel efficiency and normal driving. For more enthusiastic driving, use the paddle shifters. It also comes with a Super Select 4-wheel drive 2 with off-road traction control. Selecting these driving modes can be done without stopping except for shifting to 4LLC. Riding comfort on the road is helped along by a suspension system using double wishbone with coil springs and stabilizer bar in front and 3-link coil springs with stabilizer bar in the rear. Also being raved out in the Montero Sport GT 4-wheel drive are over-the-top driver's assist tech and active and passive safety features. Aside from active stability control, hill start assist, trailer stability assist, anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution, standard in both the GT and GLS new Montero variants. The GT 4-wheel drive also comes with hill descent control, blind spot warning with lane change assist, ultrasonic misacceleration mitigation system, and rear cross traffic alert. The Montero Sport GT 4-wheel drive also features what Mitsubishi calls the multi-around monitor. Views from cameras mounted on the front, rear, and sides of the vehicle, including a bird's eye view, can be displayed in various combinations to help in safe parking. Other safety features include 7 SRS airbags, 3-point seat belts for all 7 occupants in the vehicle, ISOFIX, and tether anchors. With 4-wheel drive capability, connectivity, comfort, and safety features and technology, the Montero Sport GT 4-wheel drive is the SUV to aspire for.
In this COVID-19 times, it should be pretty interesting which mid-size SUV would have the most number of sales. There are pretty interesting choices now out there. That's our featured vehicle on this week's showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee.
Drive worry-free with Prudential Guarantee's auto insurance program with a free 24-hour nationwide roadside assistance included with your comprehensive auto insurance. Rest assured, we'll take care of you and your car wherever you are. Prudential Guarantee's auto insurance program, 100% worry-free driving.
Voting for the next Automobile of the Year is extended. To be part of the 2020-2021 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. Just log on to bit.ly/AFPCA2020. Vote for as many as 5 different models that you believe should become the 2020-2021 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate standard and premium luxury categories. Vote every day until November 30, 2020. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose, you decide. Vote now.
And we now have our segment that dwells on the wide array of motoring problems, not only in the metro, but all over the country as well. This is where we present problems referred to us or we ourselves see and hope to fully find solutions for. Here's our public service segment brought to you by Honda Cars Philippines.
While new motor vehicle owners need not to renew vehicle registration for 3 years, others are required to do so annually. And every renewal, the Land Transportation Office or LTO includes a breakdown of payment on the official receipt, and netizens have noticed something on it. Motor vehicle stickers are used to let authorities, especially traffic enforcers, know that the car being used on the road is already registered for the year. Presently, many netizens have noticed that the said sticker has been unavailable in LTO offices and yet still included in the registration fee as reflected on the official receipt that the agency is issuing. The sticker costs 50 pesos and may seem to be a really low price. But the number of motor vehicle owners in the country continues to increase every year. Collectively speaking, the LTO is getting much without even providing what that 50 pesos are for. Knowing how powerful social media nowadays, the LTO has received backlash from the public and has since reported that sticker fees have been removed. We will still be doing our best to get the LTO side on this.
And that's our public service segment from Honda Cars Philippines. And should you yourself encounter motoring problems that need immediate attention, please feel free to contact us. Our details are being flashed on your screen. And that's the week that was in motoring. Thank you for joining us. Also, please don't forget to follow us on our social media accounts.
Until next week here on Motoring Today, now in its 34th year of continuing service to the general motoring public with a lifelong commitment to promote road safety. Stay healthy and be vigilant at all times. On behalf of Butch Gamboa, our dad, I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa. Happy
Happy
motoring!
motoring.